What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to the Team Gullit YouTube channel. My name is Ranso and I'm going to keep this short. We're back with a brand new video for the weekend league. Preparing for the first weekend league. If you qualified, we're going to show you what we think are the best teams for the budget that you might be rocking. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, leave down in the comment section what you want to see next, and hopefully this one will help you out with your squad for the weekend league. Alright, so starting off, we're going to rock this 1 million coin squad. And this one, I'm just going to tell you real quick that we've got some super subs in the squads. Just suggestions because they vary for whatever budget you might have left. Both as that we're rocking this team, thinking that you might rock a formation with 4 attacking minded players, 2 midfielders and 4 defending players. So starting off with Christopher and Nkunku, 5-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. The weak foot isn't the best, but this one, for most budgets, this one looks to be a solid option at striker. Obviously you can rock a Haaland maybe or a Cristiano Ronaldo, but they are like 500k, and Mane is a possibility as well, which we got in this team as well. It's really these two that are in this type of budget that you might want to be looking on picking up. But if you feel like you're a really good attacker and you rely more, or a really good defender and you don't need to rely on higher rated players at the back, you could be looking to pump more budget in Cristiano Ronaldo or Haaland, for example. But this team will get 33 chemistry, by the way, if you get the right position modifiers, and I think applying a La Liga manager should do it, but that will be very easy to spot once you get the team going. Sadio Mane, then I would play this one as a striker, maybe together with Nkunku if you're playing a 2-striker formation, but 4-2-3-1 I definitely play Nkunku as a cam. And this one, yeah, I mean, he has good finishing, 4-star, 4-star, Mane is strong, should be a very good player. Ousmane Dembele then, and this one, yeah, you might be able to play him as striker, but I don't recommend him because his finishing isn't too great. But down the wing, this one is absolutely very, very good and much worth the coins. He's like 110k, definitely some well, chunk of the budget. But hey, with Frankie, I mean, Frankie is a really solid midfielder. He has 4-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot, but the dribbling and passing on this guy is just going to be a very good pair up with Goretzka, who is going to be the more bulky, defensive-minded midfielder, but he's also able to score goals for sure. Then Koeman is going to be our other winger. I'd play Koeman on the right side and Dembele on the left side, because Koeman is going to be with his right foot. If you haven't seen that, for the outside foot shot tutorial, he's going to be good on the right side, and then Dembele can do it both with the 5-star weak foot on the left side. Then Davies, obviously a solid left back, probably one of the best in the game. Maybe Theo and Andes and Ferland Mendy are the only competitors. 4-star skills as well, just a very good defender. And then De Ligt, I want to explain this to you because I feel like De Ligt is just the type of player with the lengthy body type right now that could be actually very good. We tested him as well and he was very good for us. But you can also put Upamecano here or any other German or Bundesliga center back. There's plenty of them, so just see whatever suits your budget maybe and you feel like is good enough. Koundé for the chemistry, must need it. He's very good as well, so you won't be looking for somebody else most likely. Llorente, convert him as a right back, just a really solid right back, can do it pretty much all. It's a crazy card at the right back. Like I said, he has 4-star weak foot as well, which makes him a very good player in general. Neuer at goal, and like I said, these subs are just the ones that you could be looking for any team, but McKennie is really cheap. Gakpo is like, what, 15k, 4-star, 4-star, can be a real threat at the offensive if you still need to score a goal or two. Both as Correa, he will be in other teams, and Frimpong can be subbed in for the fullback positions, for example. Moving on to the 250k squad, and this one, I like this team to be fair. 4-star, 4-star Deulofeu in form. He's gonna be 40k-ish, and this one is a real good player. 86 dribbling. I mean, yeah, good finishing as well. Better finishing than, for example, Ousmane Dembele. He could be a solid option. And I'd recommend you guys to play this team with maybe a 4-1-2-1-2 or 4-3-1-2. And then you'd switch Raspadori, for example, a more attacking-minded midfielder. If you're planning on playing a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2, then definitely play Raspadori as a striker. And if you can find somebody else for that budget, I just put him in because I think this card is really decent. 84 finishing, 88 balance, 88 acceleration, and 4-star skills with 5-star weak foot, which is really solid actually. He just put on a masterclass against Napoli, for Napoli against Ajax as well. So a really solid option, and they are not expensive cards. Rafael Leao, he's going to be a super good player. He can definitely play as a striker, both as a winger. I'd probably put him up as a striker, like I said, in the 4-1-2-1-2. Raspadori could be playing as a cam, but you can also look for a different option. And then Diaby, he's going to be that left center mid. We've talked about that, to have a center mid that's actually going forward as well, because he can just run the pitch pretty much. And this one, if you're playing a four attacking minded players formation with wingers, he can do it on the wing as well. In a 4-4-2, I'd be looking at Diaby on the left mid, Rafael Leao on the right mid, Deulofeu and Raspadori as strikers. Tonali, just a solid defensive option, both as Limer. I think for the budget that you have, you got to be looking at those more midfielders that just want to prevent the opponent from scoring, and box-to-box midfielders are just a little bit too expensive for our budget. Frimpong, Klosterman and Upamecano, just solid center backs, and we did have enough money for Theo Hernandez. Like I said, the budget is just 250k is a little bit of that budget where you do have access to some good players, but not enough of them to actually get the best players out there. So you might want to have some more of your budget allocated to your strikers, or to, for example, that cam. And Gulashi is just a solid GK. Obviously any GK would fit here from the Bundesliga, but for Klosterman and Limer, this works pretty well for the chemistry. Then the 500k squad, and this one I like because it consists of hero. We're starting with Diogo Jota. I would definitely play him as a striker up top with Landon Donovan. 4-star skills, both of them. Jota with 5-star weak foot. And like I said, this as well, you're with a 500k budget and a striker like Haaland or Ronaldo or even Nkunku. Nkunku is 140 or 150k, I believe. And Ronaldo and the Haaland are over 400k. Ronaldo even like 500k. So you're limited to the players that you can use. Jota is then the perfect solution for that, and you can get yourself a hero like Landon Donovan. For 4-star with these type of stats is really a good player. You can play this guy as a cam as well, and maybe even in an attacking formation like the 4-1-2-1-2, you can play him as the balanced center mid, because Donovan actually is kind of bulky in game. I don't know, he feels stronger than he should be. And then Goretzka, he was featured earlier, a really good midfielder. Carlos Soler, actually a player that I really liked in game as well. He feels very smooth. He has good stats. I don't see why this card should be overlooked this much, because he's only like what, 1k, 2k. And Anthony, he's a really solid player with that 5-star skill moves. Finally, you can definitely play him on the left mid, but I wouldn't recommend him as a striker. I'd use Anthony mainly as a winger, but just a very solid option. Also has the outside foot shot trade, which is brilliant, and yeah, the 5-star skills is obviously very nice. Then Rashford, he can also play best, I think, down the wing, but you can try and using Rashford as a striker. Like I said, it depends what formation you are rocking. In a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, I'd play Rashford and Jota probably as strikers and Donovan at cam. And then you would be having Anthony as your left center mid, which isn't ideal, but then you might want to look to have a more balanced right mid in your squad. But Rashford can literally play anywhere up front for strikers or winger positions. Nuno Mendes, very solid left back, not too expensive as well, good for the link with Carlos Soler. He should just be able to defend pretty well, but don't expect too much of him. Joe Gomez, very solid center back. These center backs, there's just, like I said it before, there's too many center backs this year that are really good, and Joe Gomez will just be just fine to limit your opponents from running in behind and scoring goals too easily. Both ways, close to one. And De Gea, just an 87 rated GK, not too expensive either. He goes for like 20k. It's just a solid option. The outside, or also the FUT save trade is really good from him, and we got Frimpong again. And last but not least, for the people that might want to save up coins to buy a team later, or investing, or maybe you're just starting but you did get the squad going for the weekend league, or you just want to play rivals, then with a 100k budget, I think this team is actually pretty good in terms of the stats that they have. Obviously the bigger players usually play better, but looking at Iñaki Williams, also has lengthy, just a very solid player. I've used this guy, and don't get it on his left foot though, but when you get it on his right foot, he finishes a lot. He does have 77 finishing only, it feels way better. 83 strength, like I said, you can make him lengthy if you add an architect on him. So yeah, it's just a very strong card, and he goes for like what, 2k maybe max. Correa is actually really good with that 87 dribbling. I had him before on the bench, 4-star, 4-star, and these just make a very good striking duo, which is going to score a lot of goals and really annoy your opponent because they don't expect maybe too much of these cards. And then Sergi Darder, I mean 82 pace, 83 dribbling, 74 shooting, 82 pass. We discussed this card a couple of times. It's just a really good card. He can't do anything wrong in midfield for sure. With Rodrigo De Paul, who has that 4-star skills, he could be a bit more attacking minded maybe than Sergi Darder because of the skill moves and the dribbling. Maybe he feels a bit more agile actually. It doesn't say so, but he does feel more agile. And yeah, this card is just also really cheap and just very good. Then we got Rafinha, who should be kind of our main man. Maybe you want to put him at striker as well, but I feel like this card, 4-star, 4-star, he's just really good. You can put him on left side for that outside foot shot, and he's just very quick. And like I said, Carrasco as well. Our wingers are really the guys that just they're decent, but they're not too expensive. Too expensive, I should say. And they just have great overall stats. You can play any of these cards pretty much as a striker, to be fair. But then Grimaldo, and I mean this card, yeah, there's nothing really wrong about it. He might not be the best left back, obviously, but he should be able to do the job, has enough pace. The defending isn't too great on him, but he feels great on the ball as well. And then Inacio, this card, he's just good. You can also go for Lucas Verissimo together with Saint Just, who are just beasts of defenders as well. As long you won't concede any through balls, hopefully, with these cards. And Ba, I mean this card, yeah, 92 pace, 81 physical. What else can you really ask for a right back? I think this card is really underrated right now. I don't see him too much. He's also 6'0". He's gonna be a beast at right back. And then Flachodimos as the GK. And you have these options maybe to put them on your bench. They go for like almost next to nothing. Baku could be your center defensive mid, your center mid, and both your right and left back maybe. Both as Papu Gomez being able to play anywhere offensively, as De La Feu, as Malen, as Sinisterra. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys can manage some more wins with these type of squads. Maybe you got some inspiration. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao.